75% of the agricultural workforce is made up of migrant agricultural workers. Canada's agriculture is so dependent on these individuals who come under programs like the Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program. We were interested in the subjective experiences of workers' health. It's part of a growing body of literature that really talks about the ways that the rights that exist on paper for workers, so employment standards, occupational health and safety, access to workplace compensation. It's great that those things exist on paper and are extended to workers, but on the ground, workers cannot access those things. These individuals experience so many larger structural barriers to actually asserting those rights. There was a chilling effect for workers. Sometimes it wouldn't even have to be on their farm. Knowing that on some other farm, a worker had told their boss, listen, my housing conditions are inadequate. And that person wasn't brought back the next season, right? So there are lots of ways that coercion is really at play in both subtle and explicit ways, even when a worker is ready to say, you know, I'm entitled to workplace compensation. I was injured on the job. I know my rights. So many of the men talked about the consulate basically suggesting that they needed to man up. Somebody else would be happy to replace them and maybe has more of what it takes. Many of these individuals feel like they have to normalize not just risk, but also normalize the possibility that they'll get injured, normalize the possibility that they could even die on the job, because there's that need to keep this employment. The things that we espouse about these programs are actually not happening in practice. We keep talking and fighting for workers, migrant agricultural workers, to just give them an inch into outside of the margins of our community, but they are our community. How do we envision our relationship with these people who are part of our community? And until we recognize the ways that we're writing them out of our community, we are doing such a disservice to the type of world I hope we all want to live in.